Okay, so my grandmother is 90 years old and she's been wanting to leave her body for a very long time, and she's all alone and she doesn't want to live with anybody and nobody wants to live with her, and she's having a hard time. And I told her, from my limited knowledge, I told her that to let go of all the resentments, to forgive everyone that she's ever carried any pain in her heart for. It's like, her life is going on and on, and like, it's not that she's enjoying life, it's life is difficult right now. There's nobody to help her. Somehow it's just not working out energetically. Nobody is able to come and be with her. Is there anything that you could tell me that I can tell her that can help her? Because every single day she's like, I hope that I don't wake up tomorrow, because this is not the life I want, and I've done everything, I've seen everybody anymore. Is there something I can tell her? Is there something you can say that I can feel more guided about this?
Okay. All right. So I can quote my own experience. Sometimes people who are old and who are ready to transit, who are ready for transition, but they are not ready from their inner space. Somewhere there is resentment, somewhere there is fear, and somewhere they don't know what's going to happen because it's uncertain what happens after death. And so these people, they go through a lot of suffering. Instead of gracefully passing away, they hold on to the breath and they suffer a lot within the body. And so I have come across a few people, some of my relatives and distant relatives. So they are in hospital for a long time, and I can see a lot of pain in their eyes. And sometimes, they are in a very unconscious state where they are not even able to listen and respond to things. But you can make an intention. There was one experiment I did. I'd just like to share just one experiment. There was one distant relative who was in the hospital for a long time, and she is fearful of letting go of the body. At the same time, she doesn't want to stay in the body. So it's like a split. And because she's all alone, and the children are far away, and she can see that she's becoming a burden to the children. At the same time, she is not willing to move on. So when I met her in the hospital, so I just told my relatives that just give me 5 minutes time. I want to speak to her in person. So then everybody left. She was in that ICU mode for more than a week. And so I went to her, and she's not responding to my words also. But then I told her, I know you can listen to my voice, and be assured that you are not going to be left alone when you transit. When you're in the transition, all your loved ones are going to welcome you, and it is time for you to move on. So you don't need to be fearful of the death. You don't need to be fearful of the death. And your parents, your loved ones, your friends, all your soul members, they are waiting for you to welcome you. So there is nothing to be fearful about it. And rather than you suffering here, and rather than you creating a certain atmosphere of where everybody is also going into the discomfort, now it's time. You can gracefully move on if you decide. Have the trust and move on gracefully. So these are the words I spoke. And I know that she is listening. I know that her soul is listening. So I spoke for 5 minutes. I simply spoke about the bigger picture of life. Death is not the end. You can come back again. You can have again all the beautiful experiences, whatever you want. You can have it. You can have as many lifetimes as you want. And also I said, the earth is a temporary place. The permanent home is in the higher worlds. And the permanent home is much more beautiful, much more vibrant. So I spoke just the bigger aspect of life. And then I came out of the room. And so then as I came out of the room, and I think half an hour later, so the doctor said that there was a lot of smile in her face, and she left her breath with a smile on the face. So she was struggling for 5 days in the ICU. So when I spoke these words and I came out, within 15-20 minutes, she happily exited with a smile on her face. So what we can do is speak the truth. Speak the truth and encourage them, give them strength that death is not the end of it. And also, they look forward for meeting their loved ones, actually. So
Actually, she's not scared. So that's the strange part. I guess maybe what you shared subconsciously, she could be. But for the last 10 years, she's been saying, "I'm ready. I want to go, and there is nothing for me here to left to experience." And she's not afraid of death, but maybe subconsciously she is, like what you said. So is it right for me, because you talked about energy and karmic entanglement? Is it right for me, because she keeps saying, "Pray for me to go"? Is it right for me to pray for her to go? Because I'm not the one to say that I want to hold on to her if she's ready to go for so long and not enjoying her life in a tough space, all alone. Is it right for me to do that, to pray?
see, you can see a contradiction. She's saying that she's ready to go for 10 years, but she's not ready. So the words say something else, the intentions are something else. To your question, that is it the right thing to do? It's always the right thing to speak the truth. It's always the right thing to speak the truth, and you are not asking them to leave, but you are speaking the truth, and they can make their own choice. So in my case, where all the organs are failed and she is in ICU,
what is the truth that I can speak? What can I tell her?
You can say, if you really want to go, go. Don't be fearful. That's all.
And can I pray for that, or is that not right?
Yes, prayer is good. Prayer is good. Prayer simply means you are sending good wishes. Prayer is good.
I'm just saying, if she wants to go, take her. So is that wrong karmically for me to do that?
See, your intentions matters. You are not interfering. So there is a difference. You are not interfering. You are just wishing good. You are wishing well.
Yes.
That is fine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for answering the question. Thank you.
So I have people around me of old age who I see suffering, and their soul is not leaving their body, and they are ill, and they're going to hospital, coming back, going, or they're in their houses very ill. What's the spiritual meaning behind that? Is there something that's stuck in them that they are not saying? I'm asking for myself as well, because I'm going to get old age as well, and I see a lot of people during that.
People are suffering because of the lack of understanding of life, because they think this is the reality. They don't know that this is a temporary journey. They don't know anything about death. They don't know that there is no death. They don't know that we are eternal travelers. They don't know that death is only for the body, not for the soul. Because of the lack of understanding about the death and life after death. So because of that ignorance, they are suffering. So when you help yourself about life, when you get enlightened about your own journey, then naturally the death process, the old age process is a happy process. Like you will gracefully go through that journey, knowing that when time comes, you are ready to drop the body, knowing that there is no death.
So I can do nothing for them, basically.
You can speak the truth. You should always speak the truth. Speak the truth once. Teach them meditation and tell them that don't hold on to this body. You are an eternal being. You will come back again. This is a temporary journey. There is nothing to hold on. You can say those kind of positive things. You can speak about law of karma. You can speak about law of reincarnation. You can speak about your own experience of how you have learned many things in your journey. You can share your experiences so that they feel positive and they feel certain confidence to let go of the body. Because the body is already cannot sustain. The body cannot hold the life, but they are holding on to it because they have fear of death. So you can say spiritual words. You can say scientific spiritual things about the life and the life journey and the soul journey and the eternity of the soul. You can speak all those things. That will help them if they are open-minded. But if they are not open-minded, there is nothing much you can do. But you have to make your attempt at least once. And after that, it is their sole choice. It is their free will. See, everybody has their free will. So their suffering is their free will. So you have to respect their free will. But you have to speak once. That is your duty. After that, it is their choice.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.